Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the preview to the North London Derby with my main man, Marcelo, weighing in with 1,000% pride, 1,000% passion, and 1,000% loyalty to this club. How are you keeping, bro?
You said the 3 key words, bro. The 3 key words to win this North London Derby, and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling positive. I think, honestly, David, I think we have a real chance of doing the double on the fuckers. Honestly, I think we really do. I think this is the season we do it. I think we can go big too, man. Like, honestly, these guys are up there for the taking. You know, like Arsenal are a poor side. Like, if you match them man to man, honestly, the only players that get it from their squad that get into our squad would maybe be some of their back line. Honestly. Other than that, like their midfield, they don't get in. Their front three, they don't even come close.
They're still looking for a Aubameyang.
Look, their front three. It's debatable that their front three could even make our bench. You know, like Vinicius, Finigo is top scorer in the Europa. You know, you got Lamella. You know, like putting out like 10 out of 10 performances. You know, in Europa, you got fucking. Who else? You got Stevie B. You know, okay, he hasn't been the best, but you got Dele Alli. Like, bro, like even some of their main guys would. I don't know if they would get in our bench. So honestly, I think man to man we beat these guys, but it is a derby, and I remember when we were shit, and they'll come into our stadium and we'd be like, listen, I got a bad feeling about this. I think they're gonna slap us up, and the heart, passion, desire. Overcomes the skill, and we'll nick a draw or we'll get the odd win here and there. I remember back in those days. But so you got to be wary about that. Form does go out of the window. So the boys are going to have to come in with those 3 traits you said: passion, desire, and loyalty. You got to pay for this, bro. You know what I mean? In a derby, you got to play for that. Like sometimes skills go by the window in a derby. Sometimes it just comes down to those 3. And in my opinion, though, we have players that want to win, and want to be great at this club. You look at Højbjerg, he gets a hard on every time we win a game. You look at Kane. Kane is one of our own, bro. He said to Arsenal, he said, "See you later, alligator. I'm going to go to the right side of London." Like he went to us. You got Sonny, who loves this club, who always comes on the meeting and says, "I couldn't imagine to play any other club. I'll never play for another Premier League club but Spurs." You can see the love he has for this club. Dele Alli, the list goes on and on, man. You see Lucas Moura saying cois every time we go to play. He's ready for war. But then you got guys from their team, like Granit Xhaka, thinking Socomania, putting his ears out, telling fans to fuck off. You got a Aubameyang, that Gucci merchandise, the 36-year-old with the, receding hairline, who's saying that who's liking comments about leaving Arsenal and going to Barcelona. He liked those comments, bro. You have Party, who even said in an interview that he was waiting for a Champions League club, but then Arsenal, it was his last resort. He said that, bro. Like, this is not me, like, taking the piss. Like, this is honestly what these guys are saying. Soon enough, you're going to get Nicolas Pepe saying that he wants to go to a different club. Like, these guys don't want to be at Arsenal. That's the difference. Like, our guys, most of our guys want to be here. Like, and I think that's what's going to make the difference. The heart and passion, desire. And I think our boys will show through. I believe in our boys.
100%. I fully agree with you. As you can see, guys, Marcelo is absolutely pumped for this. I am too, and I know you all are. Let's welcome a few people to the building. We have Lily White Lane. We have Don Robbie. Big up, Don. We have Mr. Edwardson. Big up yourself. We have Eunice. Big up yourself. We have Mancy. He says, time to do battle. 100% it is. We have Caleb. Let's show them who's the kings of North London. 100%. We'll be wearing the crown after. And we have Beloved Hotspur. He says, yes, lads. Bring on tomorrow. 5-1 Spurs. Funny enough, I'm going to go big as well. Big up Tin Man 007. He says, "Hi guys, question for you guys. What is your favourite ever moment in the North London Derby?" Tin Man,
Ooh.
you know what all you have to do. All you have to do is pull the trigger, and you get what you come looking for every single time, my man. But Marcelo, what is your favourite moment in the North London Derby?
There's a couple of them, obviously when we beat them at the Emirates was pretty big. That
Yeah,
that that, that was a big one. I remember, I was quite a young Spurs fan. I was starting
yeah,
to understand, the big meaning. I think this is when I was just starting to become a Spurs fan. I was just understanding the meaning, the North London Derby, understanding the history. So at that time, it didn't mean as much to me as it does
yeah,
now, but like as the years grow on, I was like, wow, that was a great moment. I wish I
yeah,
celebrated that more. Um, to be honest, I thought we would do more at away, but it is what it is. But
yeah.
honestly, my favorite moment. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. There's a couple of them. When Kane scored that screamer,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
that was
I was
orgasmic.
that's football. That's porn. That is
That's
porn, lad.
porn.
Honestly,
That is
that is
porn.
better than
Yeah.
porn. It's
Just the way he
unbelievable.
whipped that, the way he whipped that goal, or when Bale scored
I
that goal
actually
and does
shared
the
that goal
heart
on my Twitter.
celebration. Yeah,
Yeah,
or when Bale scores that goal and does the heart celebration, he goes like on the
yeah.
camera, like fucking prime Ronaldo.
Oh,
that was
stop the Van der
awesome.
Vaart shushing them like in the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, I love that. Honestly though, I'm gonna have to go recent. I love that Sun goal. Like for me, because Sonny has always been a guy that he never really had a highlight in the North London Derby.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
never really
That
had
was
a
a beautiful
highlight.
goal.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I just want a big highlight moment from Sonny. And just seeing that goal, the way he whipped that man, just
Yeah,
he just had no chance. Like just
yeah.
also seeing AFTV's reaction, they're just like, oh, what a goal. You know what I mean? They couldn't even say anything.
Yeah,
They couldn't even shit talk it. It was just like a spectacular goal.
yeah. It was unbelievable. Look, I actually have a few. So obviously the game I actually got to go to experience the North London Derby. That's one of them. The one where Hugo Lloris saved the penalty in the last
Oh,
minute.
that's a great one.
Oh, and we were right. We were just right beside the Arsenal fans, lads. So it was absolutely impeccable for us that last minute because they were bouncing around like they won it. They were going crazy. You could see Ty in all his AFTV gear, and they're all giving it large. Well, lad, as soon as that penalty was saved, man, we were up there giving them the gestures and everything. I was absolutely loving life. Then I also have the David Bentley volley against Arsenal. That's one of my
Oh,
all-time favourites. One
that's
of
a
my
good one.
all-time favourites. I remember I nearly put my fist through the wall when that one went in with excitement. Um, and then, look, you have the one that we watched there this season. The fact that I got to enjoy it with yourself and Matt Man and Sonny's goal. Unbelievable. But there's
That
been
was a
many.
special one. Yeah, but I'll say that game that we watched together. I'll say that was a special North London derby because
That was a fun one, lad. That was
yeah,
fun. I have
that
to
was
say, that was
the
fun.
two goals were cracking, and the way we just
Yeah.
shut them down.
Even Harry
We
Kane, he absolutely rifled it.
yeah, just
Rifled it in.
top corner, like two spectacular goals, and honestly, that was. I would say this: out of every North London derby, there's always been like a hairy moment where like my heart, sank. Even like the season
Yeah.
before, when Lacazette scored that screamer, they had us on ropes, and we came back, right? That the last North London derby was the most comfortable North London derby I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Honestly, Arsenal did fuck
Yeah.
all that game. Did fuck all. I can't remember like one chance they had. Like one
Yeah.
moment. And honestly, I think we could be seeing another one unless Arsenal really turn up, bro. Like we're gonna spank them. Honestly, they
Yeah.
have to turn up.
100%. 100%. And I'm going to get into that now in a minute because I have a reason why I do think we're going to spank them. I just want to welcome a few more people to the stream. We have Holly Agambar, big up Holly. We have Caleb, he says, like Jose said, we're not looking down, we're looking up. Classic Jose. Now, I'm not being smart, lads. Now, that's the sort of manager I want going into a
Yep.
North London derby. Throwing them comments out in the press, getting them riled up. None of this wishy-washy back forth. Oh, you have to respect Arsenal. They're down in 10th. They've had a shit season. But form goes out the window. No, fuck that. I want Jose's comments going into this North London derby. Throwing the fire out there, getting them pumped up. Because when they get pumped up, we know, right? We know. And this is why Jose done it, trust me. We know, right, that they have discipline problems. They have severe discipline problems. Okay,
Yeah.
they get so many cards, so many bookings. You know, even like Marcelo was saying, you have Xhaka walking off, giving it to the fans, and then all of a sudden he's the next great man again. You know what I mean? So that's the manager I want going into Derby. Marcelo, before I take more comments quickly, I know you want to have your say on this. You look like you were chomping at the bit for this one.
Listen, bro, you know, like, come on, man. That's the mentality we need. Like, Arsenal are shit. Like, cricket records, you are shit. Dog shit, bro. We have to take the mantle of North London. North London is white. You are a disgrace to North London now, bro. You lose, you get
You're a
slapped up by
stain on North
everything.
London. You are a
Yeah,
stain
you're a
on North
stay in North
London.
London, bro. You get slapped up by every big team you face. We have to carry the mantle for you. What we did. Look, you had 20 years in the Champions League to win something, bro. We could accomplish the same amount as you had in 3 years in the Champions League than you have in 20 years. You're European slapping boys, you know what I mean? Like, we have to carry the mantle for you. You are the biggest downfall since Rome, bro. The biggest downfall since Rome. I'm telling you, bro. Like, their club is an embarrassment. And you know what? They deserve zero respect. Cricket, you deserve zero respect. You have done fuck all this season to earn any respect, man. You know what I mean? And I have, Spurs fan have the audacity to come and tell me, oh, no, Arsenal, they hurt us in the past. But guess what, bro? That was the past. That was the past. Thierry Henry can't play for you. Patrick Vieira can't play for you. You were invincibles, but now you are invisible, bro. Just like you are in the league. You are invisible. Every time I look for you in the league, you are gone missing, bro. You know what I mean? Houdini style. Like, it's ridiculous. You know, like, they're so irrelevant. Honestly, this isn't even a big game anymore. You know what I mean? Even Arsenal fans are saying this isn't a big game anymore because they know they're already preparing themselves for the slapping that's about to happen. You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at like City, I'm looking at the League Cup, I'm looking at like Milan possibly, we could get in the knockout rounds, like, I'm looking at other teams right now. Like, this for me, this is a little stop to, give a little bit of spanking, a little bit of reminder who the big boys are, and then we proceed on to things, we proceed on to our objectives. So, as far as I'm concerned, people can say, yeah, I'm being cocky. People can say, yeah, Marcelo, you're doing this, you're doing that. But guess what? I have one of the best managers in the world, a world-class manager.
Yeah.
You have shit, bro. You have shit. You have Arteta. You have a Coleman, bro. Don't ever compare the two. My manager, bro. My fucking manager. He looks up. He looks down on you. He has been a stain to you for the rest of the 20 years. He went up to Arsene Wenger, poked him in the face, and showed him who was the boss, man. Arsene Wenger could never get the best out of Jose Mourinho. So what do you expect Arteta is going to do? Jose Mourinho has the key. Bro, Jose Mourinho, when he came to the Premier League, he already came with the key code on how to unlock and beat Arsenal. He knows how to beat Arsenal. He does it for fun. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even get pumped up anymore. You know what I mean? Like, he just knows. This is something that people don't talk about. Jose Mourinho, he always beat Arsenal. I think Arsenal only beat him once.
Arsenal.
Yeah, he hates Arsenal.
Did you watch AFTV super fan debate last night? No,
Listen,
what Ty said about Mourinho, about saying about Arsene Wenger, right? About the peeping Tom, right?
Listen,
well, after this game, right? I just want to send out a message. After this game, you Arsenal fans are going to wish Mikel Arteta was the peeping Tom that Jose Mourinho, Cruz Wenger are doing. You're going to wish that he was in there spying on our tactics and our players. You're going to wish that he spent more time peeping on our club before this game, because we are going to absolutely spank you. We are going to rattle you, and we are going to live it up in your own ground. We are going to Lions Den. And they're going to be leaded by me with the captain's armband, Marcelo beside me. We're going to absolutely attack Gunnosaurus. We're going to rip his head off with a bare mouth, and then we're going to let Harry Kane and co do the talking on the pitch. That's what's going to happen.
You know what it is, David? Yeah, the thing is, guys like DT, guys like, Cricket, guys like that, they're in denial, bro. They're in denial that they're the old gorilla in the jungle. You know what I mean? They're that old gorilla, the old lion. They still think that they held the throne, bro. But it comes to a time where you grow old. Comes to a time where you grow stale and you grow complacent. And guess what? when you grow stale, you grow old, and you grow complacent, there comes a new king, bro. And the new king
Yeah.
is us, bro. And we're coming. We're gonna rip their heads out of them, and we're gonna claim North London. We are fucking kings, bro. I'm telling you, good things are coming. We're going the right direction. They're going the bottom direction. You know, like they're 10th. They're complacent about being 10th. You know what I mean? They're happy about being 10th. That's the biggest downfall I've ever seen in my life. You know, these guys went from Premier League to appreciating being 10th by Arteta. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Big things
It's
are
time.
coming. We are making the big moves. We are being the big club. You know, we're getting the Jose Mourinhos. We're getting the Sabitsars. You know, we're looking at like, you know, the Milinkovic. We're looking at the big names in Europe. You know, these men are looking at Chelsea rejects, you know, retirement homes, you know, players over 50 years old. That's where they're becoming. You know, like there's a new
That's who
chip.
they are now. Look, I treat this game a bit like Burnley or someone like that. You know what I mean? They're like it's no longer this big game because you need two big teams to make it a big game. It's like, you know, I'm not being funny, but it's like I'm that excited about it because I know I'm going to see goals. It's like playing West Brom, or you know, even West Brom will probably do a better job against us than what these guys are going to do. We are going to get into a bit about the match, a bit about tactics and everything else. But we love this Arsenal drive first. But Marcelo, take it away. Give the man what he needs.
Ba, 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 and that's exactly what Jose is gonna do to Mikel Arteta, bro. He's gonna come out of nowhere, bro, and he's gonna shoot him up, bro. He's gonna pump him up with goals.
100% he is. 100%. There you are, Tim, man. You pulled the trigger. You got Marcelo up. And you're saying, by the way, guys, Harry Kane looked like James Bond the other night. But you guys know there is only one 007. Do your thing, Marcelo. Yeah. No, look, we know there's only one 007. You know, I had to use your name for Harry Kane. He just looked like a Bond agent coming in that day. But big up Tin Man for the super chat. Everyone else, follow his lead. It really does help it take it to the very top. It's North London Derby. Get your comments in, guys. Come on. Let's share the excitement. Let's go. But look, first of all, a few things about the game. Of course, we're away at the library. It's never sounded so better with the fan noise pumped in. It's a 4:30 p.m. kickoff. You can watch that on Sky Sports. But you know what? You don't want to be watching it on Fraud Sports. Marcelo, they want to be watching it on the Matty Hayes watching on from 3:15 p.m. with your host. Go on, you take it away. Sure, baby.
Listen, forget Sky Sports. These men hire Paul Merson, bro. These men still pay Paul Merson to be a pundit, okay? And we're going to get about that fraud. We're going to get about Paul Merson pretty soon. We're going to get to that fraud pretty soon. So, you know what I mean? So forget Sky Sports. They pay frauds. They play, you know, these idiots that know nothing about football. You know what I mean? Like, so come to the Matty Hayes. Come watch a real host. Come watch real Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
You know, the real news. David and I, you know us too, bro. You've been here. I don't need to tell you. We keep it real. We keep it 110%, you know, when you come in here. And, as far as I'm concerned, the same disrespect that I show, you know, Sky Sports, the same disrespect I'm going to show Arsenal come to this watch along because they deserve nothing. I say this all the time, if the tables were flipped and they were in our position and we were in their position, they would show us zero respect, bro. They still show us zero respect. The audacity of that DT, that fraud, to even compare Arteta with Jose Mourinho. You know,
it's pathetic. It's sad. It really shows.
Pathetic. How dare you compare the two, man? You know, like, have you not learned your lesson? Have you not learned your lesson? You know, Jose Mourinho outclassed Arteta already twice, and it's going to be 3 times. How many lessons do these men need to learn to know their plays, to know who they are now? Grow up. You know, like, grow up. You are shit now. You are a finished product. It is simple as that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, Marcelo, it's time to cast that rod, lad. It's time to cast that rod. We have the Gooners in. The Gooners are in the building. We have them hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. Kevin Murray. David, did you just wake Marcelo up? No, Marcelo was awake, lads. Marcelo was pumped for this.
Yeah, I woke up early, and you know, I said I wasn't gonna be doing the preview, but I woke up early, and I still have the day, so I said, "Fuck it, let's go." You know what I mean? It's the North London Derby. I can't be missing my boy David.
Yeah, lad, 100%. You couldn't do it to me. We have so many Gooners tuning in. We have 2 Lee Gooner accounts. I don't know which one's real, to be honest.
None of them are real. I think it's
Yeah,
probably
I
not.
doubt. I actually think I was told who it is. By the way, I know exactly who it is. It's the same
Yeah,
lad that's been doing it all along. But
yeah.
no, look, going into this game, Marcelo, let's talk a bit about the players and things like that. Let's the Gooners are distracting me. The Gooners are winding me up. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But look, so the league positions. The league positions are. Look, Tottenham are in seventh. We've played 27 games. We've won 13. We've drawn 6. We've lost 8. We've 45 points. We're 5 points outside top 4. Chelsea are on now. West Ham are playing United this weekend, so it's crucial that we do win this. Arsenal, sorry, Gunnosaurus, Kieran Tierney, Tesco Bag, Loving Dicks, 10th. They're in 10th with played 27. They've won 11. They've drawn 5. They've lost 11, and they've accumulated 38 points. They're 7 points behind us and 12 points off top 4. If we beat them, they have no hope of even getting a Europa League spot in the league. That's
Time to kill it,
madness.
bro. It's time
Now
to go
you're
for the
talking about a
fucking
team that
gauntlet.
used to celebrate top
Yeah.
4 like it was winning Champions League, man.
That's what I mean, bro. Like what respect Arsenal deserves. Our fan base needs to stop this shit. Like we need it. Like our Spurs fans need to stop this. Put your chest out there. Like they like stop. The times where they used to hurt us. The time where where they used to just come in our ground. Take the piss, take the Mickey out of us. Talk shit. Where we have to put our heads down and accept it. That those times are over. Those times are long gone. It's time to enjoy the now, baby. It's the now that matters. I don't care what they did in the past. As far as I'm concerned, that's history, bro.
Yeah.
Like for them, like they're just an ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean? They're an ex-girlfriend that keeps coming in and talking about the past and all the great moments they had against us. But that was that. Now is now, and now they are 10th. Now they're
Yeah.
shit. Now they can't get a top manager. Allegri learned English just to deny them, bro. You know what I mean? Like Allegri literally came into England just to say no to them. Like Mourinho had a choice between us or them, and they chose us. Kane. Kane had a choice between them or us, and he chose
Yeah.
us. You know what I mean? Like the days of the Sol Campbells have been reversed, bro. Now the Sol Campbells come to us. Like they don't care. Nobody cares about Arsenal anymore.
No,
Nobody
look,
wants to play for Arsenal anymore. They're dead. They're so dead food. And the sooner these Arsenal fans realize, the better it is gonna be for them.
yeah, 100%. Look, these men, like I say, the only trophy they really competed for this year was having the oldest squad in the Premier League, and they couldn't even beat Palace at that. I just want to say, look, we've got a lot of people tuning in now. The chat is flying. Make sure you get your super chats in, get your Arsenal jibes in. Communicate with me and Marcelo. Get your comments in the section as well. Also, if you want to be like Spartan7 Gaming, welcome, boy. See that badge beside his name? If you want one of them, you know what you have to do. Just press the join button beside the subscribe button. Get over, grab a membership. Because I will be hosting shows where you can come on once a week. You tell me what you want to talk about Tottenham. We'll discuss it. It's a little bit different than doing fan cams and that. And I want to see the names, but I want to see the faces behind the names as well. But look, I agree with you. Marcelo, look, they've just gone so far backwards and they failed to realise it's excruciating. It's actually embarrassing for them. Like, you think they would have learned a lesson. They got pumped up off beating Dundalk, right? The Irish team Dundalk in the Europa League last time going into North London Derby. Now, I'm going to be honest, they're cat, right? They usually dominate Ireland. They didn't even dominate the Irish League this year. They've gone through transition. They didn't even get the best Dundalk team, right? They got pumped up, running their mouth. Oh, form goes out the window, this, that, and the other. They sit there talking about the Invincibles 20 years ago. Huh?
I said, and we smashed them. We give them a bitch slap of reality. It's the coldest slap. They say.
Yeah, and like they're sitting there, lad. They're sitting there. They sat there coming into it. Oh, you men running your mouth. Well, like, where's all this coming from? We bitch slapped them. We spun them around with a slap, sent them back down to Islington or wherever it is they want to come out of. And then they do the same this time. They haven't learned their lesson. Like, when are these guys just going to learn their lesson? How many times do we have to keep spanking them before they just learn their lesson? They're doing the same this time. They beat Olympiacos, the same thing, out running their mouth. The FA Cup last year. And you know, the cereal box trophy. Honestly, these guys would celebrate picking the tie out of the cereal box. You know the tie you get in the cereal box. These guys would celebrate that like it's a trophy. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. You know what? I can't wait for them to get knocked out of the Europa League for them just to realise, for them to realise. But look, Marcelo, Arsenal, it's a different squad that we played to that last North London derby.
Yeah.
Like they brought in Emil Smith, can't row a boat, you know, Saka shit, Kieran Tiny, Bobo the Clown is still in there. Hector Tree or Bellerin, who would rather be on Next Top Model rather than playing right back for Arsenal. You know, you have Thomas Partey. The only party that was had was by Spurs fans after North London derby. He found it that intense and he couldn't handle it. The guy walked off the pitch and gave us the goal that sealed it.
Yeah.
You know, Aubameyang. You know, apparently the police are still trying to follow up on that missing person report for Aubameyang. You know, you have Lacazette who comes out, he scores one goal and everyone treats him like he's Henry. You know, you have Mr. I Love Passing It Into Trouble, which is Bernd Leno. You know what I mean? They're a joke club. But can we capitalise on all of this come tomorrow?
Oh,
come 4:30 when we go to battle?
Yeah, no, 110%. You know, they always keep saying, "Oh, but Aubameyang will turn the form around. It's a North London derby. He always does." Aubameyang, I think he's only scored one goal against us, man. You know, like he's only scored one, like, or actually two. He scored the penalty at Wembley, but I think he's only scored that season against us. I can't remember the last time he scored against us. You know what I mean? They keep saying about these. Oh no, we got Nicolas Pepe. We got all these guys, bro. Like. Bale came out of the couch and he already has more goals than Pepe. You know, like Bale just said, "You know what? I'm tired of golfing. I'm tired of staying in the couch. Let me play some football." And he's already a better player than Pepe. You know, like, you know, Kane has like what, almost 30 goals already this season. You know, overall. You know, Aubameyang has 10. You know, come on, man. You know, so now though, don't even listen. People are making comparison with Sonaldo with Saka. It's, you know, it's clutching a story. That's clutching a story straws if I ever seen it. You know, Saka, he was half the players. Sonaldo, you know, these guys would be actually, you know, competing for top four. But, you know, listen, Sonaldo's going to show them again. You know, maybe they didn't learn their lesson the first time after that beautiful goal. You know, they're definitely going to learn it now. You know, Sonaldo is the real deal. You know, don't compare Sonaldo. Don't compare Saka with Sonaldo. You know, Sonaldo is king, bro. You know, he's the Korean king, the Asian sensation. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, it's embarrassing. Son's untouchable when it comes to wingers in London. There's no one you can compare to him.
No,
you know,
there isn't, bro. He's the best.
It's just embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Blade, man, them memberships are out, dude. They're out. Press that join button. It'll bring you straight to the memberships. And make sure you grab one. Also, guys, get the super chats in. Very slow today for a North London derby. I was getting more versus Burnley. Come on, guys. Yeah, open the pockets. I know you want to save the money for cans, but get an euro or two in and let's slag these gunners here that are in the chat. But no, look, for me, I genuinely think that the fact that they have discipline problems, the fact that they just won't learn their lesson and they keep passing the ball short into trouble. Like, you know, Granit Xhaka were probably the world's best assist against Burnley. Ceballos against Olympiacos. You know, mixed in with their naivety and their youngsters, I genuinely think we can punish these tomorrow. I genuinely do think we can punish them. I genuinely do think we can take it to them. Like, Kieran Tiny will bite. David Bobo the Clown will bite. Granit Xhaka will bite. Mr. I Hate Arsenal. You know, they're all players that will bite, and they will, like, if all we have to do is snap and snarl and get in their face.
Yeah,
can we? I think we can genuinely capitalize on the naivety and really punish them and make it a long, long evening for them.
Yeah, no, look, listen, we can definitely get them to get a red card. You know, we've seen it all season. You know, they're you know, they don't have skills. You know, they're not real footballers, so they have to resort to, you know, getting angry and, you know, trying to show passion that way. You know, that's their way of showing passion, getting a red card. But honestly, I think, you know, Kane, I think Bale, I think definitely Bale needs to play this game. You know, because Bale understands, if anything, he understands more than anybody what it's like to be in a North London derby. You know what I mean? The meaning of beating these scum. So I think Bale, you know, he could definitely get in their faces, definitely, you know, make problems for them. I think also, 110%, you got Hoiberg, the biggest shithouser in North London. He can definitely get it, in some of their heads. And listen, he got into Partey head. Partey. As soon as he saw that Viking, bro, he said, "Nah, I don't want none of this, bro." He walked out. He walked out. Partey got, he got a little knock, and he saw the first, door out. Meanwhile, our Viking, bro, got half of his foot ripped off against Brentford, bro, and he wanted to
Yeah,
play. You saw him. He was ready to rip Mourinho's head off to get in that pitch. That's the
yeah,
difference. That's the difference in mentality right there. Just look at Hoiberg and look at Partey, bro. They all Arsenal is right now, right? You look at their team, they have the flash. They think they're, models. They think they're models, bro. They think they're
yeah,
models more than they
yeah.
are footballers. Their whole team is just a Gucci merchandise. Like that's it. Their whole team is just a Gucci merchandise. They're just, little, those little dolls in the Gucci stores. So as far as I'm concerned, they're more concerned about what they dress than how they play football. So I think the mentality will show. I think we will be better than them. I think we'll be mentally stronger than them, and I think we're gonna spank them. I think this is the season we really do a double on them again.
Yeah, yeah, no, I do too. Like, look, I agree with you. I'm so confident to double. I've never been more confident going into a Spurs game, and that was even more compelled with your interview on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday, lad. It was one of the best I've seen. Everyone, I advise you to go over and check it out. It was amazing. Also, why I'm saying checking out things, get over and check out the show I done with Holly last night with Anthony Costa, the boy from Blue. Great show. She clipped my speech about the North London Derby. Make sure you check it out as well. But we have a super chat here. He says, I'm more worried about Villa than the Gooners because of Martinez. 4-0, come on, you Spurs.
100%.
Actually, can we talk? How did they end up selling their best goalkeeper?
They're idiots, man. Like they sell out their best players. They bring in Chelsea rejects. I mean, they go up, they pick up Willian, saying he's better than Ziyech, saying he's better than this. At the end of the day, it's just really sad. Watching them at this point. Because they're almost like a desperate man, just hoping for anything. So it is what it is. But I think we got another super chat from Spartan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Big up Dark Seas Young. Yeah, for the super chat. I really do appreciate it, man. Really does go a help a long way to helping me go full time on this channel and that. We have Spartan 7 gaming with the super chat. Big up Spartan, you're an absolute legend, man. They need to stay in their lane. They need to realise they're not Arsenal of old. Yeah, this is what Marcelo was telling them. They're not the invincibles, they're the invisibles. It's like, they walk around with the jerseys with the O2 logo on it, still chanting Ashley Cole, even though he didn't want to be there, chanting Lorraine and Robert Pires. And, just grow up. It's the 21st century. We've moved on. You're a little club. We've a bigger stadium. We've bigger training complex. We've better players, better manager. I'd argue we've a better chairman. We don't sell our best goalkeepers. Look, the whole clown squad is going to be back together. It's going to be reunited tomorrow. It starts with a Boomyang all the way to Leno, all the way to, DT and Ty. And, the whole clown squad's going to be back together. I cannot wait to see all the clips about these guys all over Twitter.
Have you noticed they brought back DT to do the watch along in person because they know they're gonna get spanked. So Robbie's getting ready for that that cash investment for the island, bro. Like he knows what DT's reaction will be when they lose. So they're already preparing for it. I see the Arsenal players making excuses, saying, "Oh, Spurs going to have a little bit more of a rest compared to us." They're already coming out with all the excuses in the book. They say, "Oh, we're in a transition period. Oh, the game isn't even that big anymore." Like I see all the excuses in the book. They're already preparing themselves. They know. They can come out and say, "Oh yeah, no, we're the Gunners. You're the Gunners. We're the Gunners. We're this. We're that." You used to be that. You're not that. You used to be that. Now you're a Nerf gun.
Imagine having a crest with this big bad cannon, right, and then have no fire in your team. Imagine it, man. It's such an embarrassment.
Bro, you have no firepower, bro. Them M16s turned to, Nerf guns. Like, that's how you went. You went from M16s to Nerf guns. Like, you think, right? You know, like that's how it was. You know, like back in the days, yeah. You know, when you said, yeah, the Gunners are coming in, I was like, okay, you know, like you're a real team back then. But now, you know, you just fire blanks. You know, misfire. You know.
Oh, stop. No, that's brilliant. Absolutely love that, Marcelo. But look, the thing, I just want to give people a bit of team news. Look, with Arsenal, they're fully fit. You know, like I said, the clown squad is together. With Tottenham, the only doubt is Gio Lo Celso. So it's pretty much two full fit squads going into this game. But look, Marcelo, there's a lot of talk. What way do we play? Do we play the way we played them last time, 4-3-3? We played them off the park, or do we play the way we play now with the 4-2-3-1 and just go and absolutely maul them?
You know, honestly, I think we play a little bit on the counter. You know, honestly,
Yeah,
like that's how I would approach the game. You know, Arsenal they can't open up a barn door. You know, if you look at the teams they
yeah,
struggle against, it's the teams that you know kind of just stay patient, just stay because the thing about Arsenal is they're their own downfall. You know, like they're their
yeah,
own downfall. You know, like you see Granit Xhaka kicking at Chris Wood. Even Chris Wood is looking like, wait, I just scored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I'll
yeah,
take it. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, you know, like they're their own demise. You know, so I say just stay patient. Just you know, stay defensive, and you
yeah,
know, Arsenal will open the door for us. That's basically it. Arsenal will open the door because the teams that they score against, you know, the games that they win are teams that go at them and leave themselves open at the back. That's the only Arsenal. That's the only way Arsenal can win games is if they, you know, they hit people on the counter. They can't open up a can of beans, let alone
yeah.
you know a football team. You know, like they can't open up anybody. They just lack the creativity. Their only creativity comes from a 19-year-old man. You know, and that 19-year-old is gonna get he's gonna get absolutely squashed by Hoiberg. I mean, seriously, Hoiberg. You remember last time what he did to him, right? In the North
Yeah,
London Derby. He just one or three tackles. Saka looked finished, bro. He looked like he couldn't get up. You know, he just
yeah.
looked done. You know, he didn't want to be there. And that's what we're gonna do to him again. You know, poor little lad. I feel bad for him, but you know, it is what it is. He wears the shirt. He's a scum as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, like we're just gonna bully them. You know, we just gotta bully them, be physical, because they don't like a fight. The one thing I learned about this Arsenal team is that when you give them a fight, they run away, they hide,
Yeah.
they like to hide. They're
Cowards.
cowards. They're
Cowards.
cowards. So we gotta bring the fight
Cowards.
to them, make it physical, make it dirty, make it nasty, bro. And then you
Yeah.
know what? The opening will come. They will open up for themselves. They will open up themselves. Trust me.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Look, I just want to see if this is the real league gunner, and I want to expose it if it is. If it isn't, sorry. So if it is the real league gunner, you know what to do. Get me on Twitter at the Irish Y. Message me if you want to come on. If it is you, if not, this is my way of finding out if it is or isn't. We also have the BG says welcome, big up, Dave and Marcelo. Can't wait for tomorrow. Harry Land. Conditioning his hair as we speak. Yeah, 100%. Look, you know, I sent him over a bit of hair gel, sent him over a parcel. I said, look, you know, nice comb and everything else. Make sure you get that looking to perfection. So he will be. Look, he's going to turn up. The guy he scored the most goals in the North London Derby. You know, people talk about Henry and Bergkamp and all these great players. Harry
Yeah.
Kane's picked them all in North London Derby goals. When it matters, we've shown who the real lion is, who
Yeah.
Daddy Lion is, and that's Kane.
He's the king
That
of
is
North
Harry
London,
Kane.
bro. He's the king of the London Derby. You know, make no mistake about it. And you know what? This is another big thing that a lot of people are overlooking. Harry Kane is competing for that Golden Boot. Harry Kane is up there to win the Golden Boot this season. You know, people seem to be forgetting about that because he's been getting so many assists and he's been looking so great. But if since he's getting that Golden Boot, I think he's going to come in wanting to score a goal. I mean, really, I mean, he already loves scoring a goal against Arsenal. But when the Golden Boot
Yeah,
is on the line, you know how much Harry Kane loves that Golden Boot. He's not like a Aubameyang. He doesn't like sharing the Golden Boot, bro. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
doesn't want to get athlete's foot. He wants that Golden Boot for himself. He's selfish, and I love him for that. So you know what I mean? Like he's gonna come
Well,
in. He's
man,
gonna
every
score.
great
He's
striker
gonna,
is selfish.
yeah.
Every great striker is selfish.
Yeah, and he's gonna want to get those 2 goals, man, 2 or 3 goals, because then he gets on top of that score list. And he's ready for another golden boot. That'd be 4th now. Like that's crazy,
Yeah.
man. The Harry Kane is insane. Like I can't speak enough about it. He's an
I'm
insane
gonna
striker.
I'm gonna take Brad Matthews, but I actually have a couple of questions I do want to ask you on Harry Kane. Actually, myself, you have to jog my memory. So
Yeah.
big up Brad Matthews for the super chat. Like I said, guys, come on, it's North London Derby. Get them in, guys. Show me your excitement. Get your comments in. It really does help take this to the top. But Brad Matthews, if all fit, I think we'd all pick the same 10 players in the 11. The only doubt is number 10, Deli, Lucas, or Lamella. What do you reckon? Yeah, no, look, I'll answer this and then I'll ask Marcelo my questions about Harry Kane. So for me, it's Lucas all day long. Look, I don't even understand why Deli's in the question because,
No.
okay, he's had a couple of good games, but look what he done Thursday night. That was his opportunity to even, if he had any chance, put his name in the ring. So Deli's completely out of the question. Lamella, look, there is an argument to be had to say get him in because he's shithousery with Arsenal discipline problems. He can get at them and try and get them booked and get men sent off. So there is arguments. But for me, with the way Arsenal pass out the back and refuse to go along, just play the same way, I'm telling you now, Lucas Moura is very important. Look what he done against Chelsea. Look what he done against Chelsea. He completely exposed them. He exposed them. And what he does, because he's quick enough, he can set the trap. He may look like he's not interested. Next thing, because what happens is Harry Kane sets the press, the centre-back passes off. Next thing, Lucas Moura comes to life and he's in there and he puts the pressure on. And results have proven that. Burnley and Palace compared to when he didn't play against Fulham. Results have proven that. So Lucas Moura is the man for that number 10. Marcelo, who would you play there, about?
Oh no, Lucas Moura. We already said it. His pressing game is insane. He's been creating a lot of the chances. Maybe he's not getting the assist, but every time we start creating chances when he's playing, it all starts from him. He always starts the build-up play. So his pressing is going to be important, especially as you said it. Arsenal, they for some reason they think that they're prime Barcelona and that they can just pass out from the back like it's nothing. Honestly, I sometimes I think the delusion is coming to themselves. I think honestly Arteta might have delusion himself. He might be struggling with that, bro, because from the way he seems to be playing out the back, he thinks he has like Puyol or Maldini or like them men. Like. No, you don't. You don't have them men. You know what I mean? Like you have Rob Holden, you have fucking David Luiz. You have Bobo the Clown. So I really hope they start passing out from the back and we play Lucas because they're gonna be in for a rude awakening, David. Honestly, I could see a goal coming in on that like that. Honestly, like if they play off from the back, we're gonna pump them up. They're gonna suffocate against us if Lucas plays.
Yeah.
So
no, I can feel it as well. And what's going to happen then is, like I agree with you, Marcelo. Once we suffocate them, they're going to have to revert to long ball, and they're not a long ball team. They're not, and that's when we
have
just
no height.
them and maul them.
They have no height. You know what I mean? Like imagine Højbjerg versus fucking El Neni, bro. Come on, man. Oh my God! Don't even. Oh, like or like even better, Endom Baller versus that that wannabe, Partey, like come on, man, it's not even fair. It's boys against men, this is boys against men. I'm telling you. So
no, 100%. I fully agree with you. But two things I want to ask you on Harry Kane. Now, look, I don't know whether you've looked back at games of older players like the likes of Glenn Hoddle, Gascoigne, players like that, but you can even bring in Modric and Jan Vertonghen and that. But so my first question is Harry Kane the best ever player to have played at Tottenham?
And
my second one is, does Kane deserve to be put in the Ballon d'Or top 3 this season so far?
To that first one, I think that's a tough one. We've had a lot of players, Modric, he's definitely up there. I know.
And the chat, let me know what you think.
Would you say, okay, do you want to say like overall career, like or just at their time at Tottenham?
Well, just their time at Tottenham, like the best ever to ever play in Tottenham, yeah.
I would say so. I would say Harry Kane, because as good as Bale was, like as fantastic he was. I mean, really, I think if Bale had played the same team that Kane had, Bale would have been, phenomenal. We probably would have won some trophies, you know what I mean, man? But it was just unfortunate that for most of Bale's career, he had a pretty poor team. You know, aside from 2010, he had a really poor team. But I would say this, like, I would have to say Kane because, like, you know, from my era, he is the only he's the guy that's been closest to, you know, Messi or Ronaldo, and you know, I wouldn't say he's up there,
Yeah,
obviously, but like he is the closest thing like I've seen to like Messi and
yeah,
Ronaldo. I mean, he beat their goal record. You know, people forget that he's the only man
yeah,
to beat Messi and, you know, CR7, you know, goal record at their prime. You know what I mean? They were at their prime at that point. So, you know, Harry Kane, man, like he was the only guy that, like, you know, for me that, like, I was just like, man, he is beyond like world class, man. This guy can just do
yeah,
anything. He really can do anything. Like he is like he is Mr. Tottenham. You know, in my opinion, like, you know, like there's not many players I would say that, you know, are bigger than the club or like with, you know, like, oh, like he doesn't just represent the club. Like Harry Kane, when he walks up there, he really represents the badge. I would say this, he's the only player that, you know, when you see, he is the representation of Tottenham. You know, like
yeah,
he is Mr. Tottenham in my opinion. So yeah, no, I would say yeah, he's probably the best Spurs player at least I've seen. You know, I mean, I
yeah,
can't say for Glenn
100%.
Hoddle. I can't say, you know, like obviously Modric was great, but his better years were at Real. You know, Bale, I think his better years were at Real. So I would say yeah, Kane all the way, really.
Yeah, 100%. We have an angry little gooner here, Marcelo. He says, "Answer me," but like we don't know what you're talking about. You're the coward, man. You're the one that's coming in here onto a rival stream, and now you're crying. You're the coward, bro.
No, look,
But
man,
look,
you know,
Marcelo.
look, listen, you know, he's the one that's talking behind the computer. You know, he's a keyboard warrior. You know, he's probably some skinny old little gooner fan that's, you know, wanking off to, you know, fucking Thierry Henry's little poster and, you know,
Here on
thinking that
Tiny
he's so
holding a
great.
Tesco bag. That's their latest
Yeah,
one. Oh,
yeah,
he's one of us. Oh, look at him. He wears a t-shirt.
yeah, yeah. So, I think sparring. But to answer your second question, I think so.
Yeah,
You know, man, I think really, I don't think he is going to be added to the top three of the Ballon d'Or list. If you're going to ask me whether he will or will be, I don't think he will because simply, you know,
he's
even
in the
if we
Europa
win,
League this season.
even no, but even then, if we win Europa League, you know, personally, I think the Ballon d'Or is a really stupid competition. Like
Yeah,
personally, I like because it's like how do you determine who really is the best player? Because obviously, like yeah, Messi, you know, like CR7, you know, they scored
yeah.
so many great goals, but like what about the Xavis, Iniesta, you know, like
Defenders even.
defenders, you know, the Maldinis, those guys like that, like bro, like you know, you look at Liverpool right now, you know, like yeah, as great as Mo Salah and Mane is, they need Virgil van Dijk. You know, you look at like
Yeah,
how they look like without Virgil van Dijk. They look like a spineless team. You know, like
yeah,
Fulham beating them at home. You know, they're spineless without Van Dijk. You know, so you know, you even look at Manchester United. You could say Roy Keane. Okay, wasn't the most technically gifted footballer, but
yeah,
what he did bring was passion, desire, leadership, everything you need to be a winning club. So I never really cared too much about the Ballon d'Or. For me, I think it's a useless competition. For me, I would have
yeah,
given Xavi and Iniesta a couple, you know, Ballon d'Ors. I would have given, you
yeah,
know, the guy, the likes of Casemiro, the likes of Maldini Ballon d'Ors. I think, you know, those guys get overlooked. But,
yeah.
you know,
No, I agree with you. It's a bit of a farce, really, isn't it? It's like I agree.
yeah.
Like how do you decide when you've so many players in different positions who are all equal in different things?
And also, it's less to do with stats and like individual accomplishment because let's be real here, like you know the only reason like you know someone like a lot of players win Ballon d'Ors because they won the big trophy. You know, unless you win the Champions League or like you know a big trophy like the Premier League or La Liga, you're never really
Yeah,
gonna win the Ballon d'Or. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Regardless how well you do, you know they don't consider really like you know it's all about you know the how big your name is, your status, whether you won the big trophy or not. Because if you're looking at just individual stats and accomplishment, Harry Kane should be up there, number one, in my opinion. But
yeah,
he doesn't win. He's not going to win the big stuff. He's not going to win the Premier League. He's not going to win the Champions League. So, you know, players like fucking Mbappe or you know Haaland,
yeah,
you know, probably will get it. So,
yeah,
just it is
yeah.
what it
True.
is, man.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I agree. I agree. And we have Spartan Seven Gaming here. He says, "Man for man, we have more quality in our squad to destroy them. Just depends what Tottenham turns up. 3-1 Tottenham. Come on, you Spurs. No, look, 100%. Look, we have the quality. Like I always say, if you go out there, you match their intensity, you match you want to outrun them, and you match their desire for the win, your quality will always shine through. It's all about doing the basics first, which is battling for possession, then keeping hold of possession. Yeah. After that, your quality will always shine through. But big up Spartan 7 Gaming. Absolutely love it. You definitely want to see me go full time. I think there's others out there that don't. The Super Chats are very slow today. There's no new members. But look, guys, they are there if you want to get them in. We'll take a couple more people in the chat here. We have David Fairclaw. He says, South London Nomads, 100% David. And we have in on Nurse. He says, question for Marcelo. Do you think Kane will get the Player of the Year? Please answer my question, Marcelo.
You know, honestly, I think they're going to... I thought he should have won it the season Salah won it, but I think they're just going to do him dirty again, man. I honestly think, like, they always do our players dirty. You know what I mean? Like, they just always find a way. I think he deserves it. I think there's no other question, but I think they're going to give it to Bruno Fernandes. Just because he's a United player, you know, he scores a lot of penalties, and, you know, he does this and that. But overall, I think Kane has been way more impressive than Bruno Fernandes. You know, like, half of Fernandes' goal are penalties. Like, people keep forgetting that. Like, yeah, he's a great penalty taker, and you have to be, you know, you have to be cold. You have to be calculated to take a good penalty. But at the end of the day, half of his goals are penalties. And if you look at it, half of his goals are really against poor oppositions. You know, like Kane just scores against anybody, man. He can score against anybody. But I think they're going to give it to Fernandes. I think, you know, it's written in the stars. United, you know, big star, you know, like, I mean, dude, like, seriously, like, you look at the media, it's easy. The media is so biased. You know, you know, Fernandes, he does something great. It makes headlines, right? Kane breaks all the records. Kane literally breaks the record of being one of the best duos in Europe, not even just in the Premier League, in fucking Europe. And we don't even see a headline from Sky Sports. Not one headline.
No,
you know,
it's
like,
a joke.
How many headlines do you see? Like, you know, I see headlines from Calvert-Lewin saying, oh, Calvert-Lewin has the second most header only behind Harry Kane. You know what I mean? It's only behind Harry Kane. Yeah. Every fucking time you hear a stat, it's only behind Harry Kane. It's only behind Harry Kane. It's never a fucking headline where Harry Kane holds this record. Harry Kane holds this record. Harry Kane is great. Harry Kane does this great. It's always Harry Kane's signature moves only behind Harry Kane, you know, or, you know, it's nothing at all. No, he's not going to win it. I think it's going to be Fernandes. He should win it. But, like, you know, since he became a Tottenham fan, you know, everybody just hates him for some reason. It's a shame. Because he's a great player. You know, like, honestly, he's a fantastic player. He doesn't deserve you know, honestly, like, England, you guys don't deserve him. You know, like, honestly, like, the way you guys treat him, you don't deserve Harry Kane. Only Tottenham fans, you know, deserve Harry Kane.
Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. We have a comment here from Shane O'Neill. Coinciding the players in both teams now and the league positions is losing the game tomorrow now an unacceptable result, and it will completely be down to mentality. We go into the game. Look, these Northern derbies, first and foremost, it starts with mentality. These days and these games start with mentality, and losing for me would be unacceptable. Marcelo, do you want to take that one? Do you want to talk a bit about that?
We talked about it in the beginning. You know, their players, they don't want to be here. You know, the Arsenal players, they don't want to be there. You know, they're just a Gucci merchandise. 2, you know, in a North London derby, form in some way does go out the window. You do need passion, desire. Passion and desire can sometimes overcome skills. But the reason why I'm confident, because I feel like our players have more desire to do great things at Tottenham than their players do. I think half of their players want to leave Arsenal. I think half of their players don't really care about this, you know, derby. And I think it's going to show. And I think the fact that we have more quality and more desire than them, I think they're in for a rude awakening, David. I really do.
No, 100%. And you know what? This is something I actually agree with you on. That half of their players don't even want to be there. So half of them don't actually care about North London derby. And it's proven in results. We're 5 unbeaten, 4 in the Premier League, 1 in the Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? So, like, that is proven that. Like, if I was their fans, I'd be so irate and angry at my players.
Yeah,
lean. Like, I used to get
it's
angry when
embarrassing.
Spurs players didn't turn up. Like, these games are all about mentality, and it's all about wanting it more. But with the super chats are hotting up here. We have Tin Man 007 coming in with another one. Guys, Marcelo.
I couldn't do the hop this time, so I had to do it quick.
Yeah, look, do. If you have to do it quick, do it quick. He says, guys, take care. Listen to Rafa's interview on Talk Sports about Jose and the North London Derby. Love VDV. We will spank that lot and their traffic warden manager. Yeah, 100%, Tim, man. I fully agree with you. I am expecting to win, to be honest with you. Look, I've never been so confident going into an North London Derby. I really haven't, in all honesty. I can't wait for it. North London Derbies are the best feelings. He said, the kid says, David, you spelled ScUM wrong. Look, I do apologise. I will correct it after this. I'm dyslexic and it was early in the, I didn't have my coffee yet, so I will change
I
it.
will save it up. Give him a little bit of a slack.
But Marcelo, two things I want to touch on now quickly. But sorry, go ahead with what you were going to say.
No. Go on. I
was going to say, so we want to talk. I want to get your reaction on Paul Merson's comments, and as well, Chelsea have just drew with Leeds. Right, we win tomorrow.
We win our game in hand. We're in top
3
4.
points and we have a game in hand. We can level. No. Take that top 4.
No. If we win tomorrow, right, and we win our game in hand, we are in top 4. Unless also West Ham, unless they, I think it also depends on West Ham because they are. Thank you so much. I think we are, and they are points above us. But if West Ham loses tonight, or this weekend against United, or I think if they draw, I think if we win this game in our game in hand, we are in top 4. Like,
come on,
simply are. So a season that was by the Jose Outers dead, finished, done and dusted. All of a sudden is looking a little bit lively. All of a sudden it's looking a little bit lively, huh, David?
Yeah, the man that should have been sacked. The Nagelsmann was coming in, and Brendo Rodgers was coming in, and he doesn't train players on the training ground. He's lost the dressing room. He's toxic. He's not the man for a rebuild. Right manager, wrong time sort of shit. And look, he's just answered everybody, really, hasn't he? Look, me and you. Look, Jose should hire us for his PR, I think.
Yeah.
We've put everything out there. We've explained it. The reason why Jose, he's not a dinosaur. He's not finished. It's like, look, injuries and players and, the squad he has to work with, this, that, and the other, and he's a world-class manager with a CV, obviously he's out there training them and, and look, results have done the talking, haven't they?
Yeah. I think you got another super chat from Brad Matthews, and I love that super chat.
Brad Matthews, big up, Brad. He says, Bob Marley supports Spurs, Piers Morgan supports Arsenal. Says it all, really.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's so true. That's brilliant. You've got comment of the day. Anyone else who wants comment of the day, you're going to have to get your super chat in and try and beat that comment. I've awarded that also best Arsenal comment of the day. Big up my man, Braddy boy. Marcelo, you love that comment.
No, that's a great comment. Yeah, it just shows the difference. They have ScUM supports ScUM, and we have one of the greats supporting the greats. We have Maradona coming up to us, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we have Maradona coming up to us. Wearing a Spurs shirt. You know what I mean? Those men, they can't even get anybody to wear. Funny enough, it's interesting. A lot of the players that come out of Arsenal actually don't have a lot of good things to say about them. It's not a coincidence. You look at Adebayor, celebrating against them, and some of these players won stuff with them. Actually, Cole couldn't even be bothered. One of their own. Now he's a Chelsea guy. He opens up and says that, I'm a Chelsea guy. I'm not an Arsenal guy. And they created him, bro. He won Premiership, I think, with them, right?
Yeah.
These guys, they come out, even their legends come out and shit talk them. They don't care about Arsenal. Nobody cares about Arsenal. Everybody hates Arsenal. You have guys like Gareth Bale, who didn't win a single thing at Spurs, coming out and saying, like he loves us. You have
Yeah.
Rafael, who didn't win a single thing at Spurs and still come out
Robbie
and says
Keane
he loves
always
us.
talks about Spurs
Yeah,
in a great way.
yeah. You look at
Berbatov even talks about Tottenham in a good way.
yeah, like listen, all of our legends, aside from that the Judas, the Solus Campbell one, you know what I mean? But he's a scum
Soulless
himself.
Campbell.
Yeah, but he's a scum himself, so I'm not surprised, you know what I mean? Like honestly, everybody that comes out of Spurs seems to be okay, seems to really appreciate the staff, appreciate Spurs. Everybody that comes out of Arsenal seems to hate Arsenal. So it really goes to show there's
Yeah.
a difference between this fan base, you know what I mean? They are really the scum, you know what I mean? Like they are really the stain of London.
Yeah, they are. They are. And look, speaking about past players coming out and talking, Marcelo, honestly, what is Paul Morrison still doing on Sky Sports? Honestly, he must be back gambling and throwing all his money away again because I get it. Like just I'm all for feeling sorry for people and giving them a leg up, but when he comes on chatting the shit he talked today, come on, man. He's basically saying that Tottenham rely too much on their front three. If their front three weren't there, you know what I mean? Basically saying, Tottenham rely too much on their 11 players out in the field. What if they didn't have them 11? It's all what ifs and buts. But at the end of the day, although we've been bad in the transfer market, we've been a lot better than you. It's not our fault we have the players we have. You absolute clown. You moron. What shit are you talking?
Oh, he even said, "Look, no. Let me also say another thing. He even said, if Spurs show up to the best of their ability and Arsenal show up to the best of their ability, Arsenal wins, right? So he's telling us, right, that their players they have a better starting 11 than we do, but yet he
Yeah,
complains and says that they rely too much on our that we rely too much on our starting 11, which actually is not true. Actually, that is false. Actually, that is false. We literally
we've won
played.
games with Ben Davies and Doherty at
Yeah,
fucking
we
fullback.
literally listen. Last game against Dynamo, we literally played half of our second team and half of our first team against them. You know what I mean? Only Son and Kane really were, the starting players that played that game.
Yeah,
Also in the baller, like it was only like 3 or like 4 players that we usually start that played that game.
yeah.
Half of the other game after the other players were French players. You know what I mean? They had to play their full strength team against Olympiacos, and they still look shaky. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
the ones that depend on their first 11. They're the one. They depend on Saka, a 19-year-old, to win this North London derby, bro. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That he's their sole creator, and he's gonna get shut down. So I don't know what he's talking about. It's like honestly, like I don't want to make fun too much of the guy's problem, but honestly, I just think we're not, Sky Sports are not doing service to him by putting him in there because he's only making a fool of himself. His mind is gone, really, his mind
Yeah,
is gone. Like he's saying, oh, we rely on our front three for goals. Well, what the fuck did we pay them for? You know what I mean? I know you. I like
it's
I
like
know.
that great quote that Harry Redknapp said about Jermaine Defoe when he asked for the goal bonus to come to Tottenham, and he was like, "What do you think we paid you for?"
Yeah, like what the fuck do you think? I know you're used to watching Pepe, miss sitters, and I know like Aubameyang, hasn't scored a goal in a long time. I know you're used to watching the three Stooges up front, but like man, we have a real front forward. That's what a real forward, three front three supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Maybe he
Yeah,
forgotten, but like I remember back in the day, Arsenal used to depend on Thierry Henry for most of their goals. Used to depend
yeah,
mostly on Pires and all those other guys for most of their goals.
yeah.
Like what do
Freddie
you
Youngberg,
mean?
players like that, Overmars.
Just
They relied on a lot of players. Burkamp, Ian Wright. They plaster Ian Wright all over TV, and he's the great Arsenal goal scorer. You know what I mean? But no, look, because it's Tottenham, we're not allowed to do any of that. It's different rules with Tottenham, Marcelo. We know this.
but
But
even
look,
then, our midfield. Look at our midfield, right? They got Granit Xhaka for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like as their DM, who's nowhere near as good as Hoiberg. Hoiberg already has more assists, more tackles, more completed passes. If you look at actually like Hoiberg, he holds. I think he's number 6 most completed passes. I think he has the second most like interception or tackles. Like he also has like the most touches, like he's in the top 10 for most touches. You know what I mean? He already has what 3 to 4 assists in the Premier League.
yeah,
He already has a goal. So like Hoiberg, beats, Shaka in every department. Every department. in terms of passing ability, everything. Then you look at
Yeah.
Partey, who's done fuck all this season. It's been the deadest party. You know, I mean, honestly, when they meant party, they meant a lockdown party, bro, because that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, it feels
Yeah.
like a lockdown party. Maybe 3 people show up, you know. There's, maybe 1 chip bag. That's about it, bro. That's the deadest party I've ever seen in North London, you know? So,
Yeah. No. Oh,
you know, and we got in Baller, who's been absolutely phenomenal this season.
he's going to rip up that
Absolutely.
midfield.
Bro, he's been absolutely phenomenal this season in No Baller. You know, I mean, him as a number 8, he's been fantastic. He's been way better than Partey. You know, I mean, like, you know, the only reason Partey's name get mentioned is because of what he did under Simone. If you look at what, you know,
Yeah.
he did under, you know, if you look what he did under, like, Arsenal, he has done fuck all. But you know, it's great that he's saying, you know, oh, Troops over Marcelo, but you know, Troops is a 36-year-old man making crude comments about, you know, a teen girl. You know what I mean? He has nothing better to do. You know, he makes up. You know, did you see that? You know, the crude comments he made about that girl. You
Yeah.
know, the Fulham man. And then he comes and apologizes and say, oh, that's just part of my culture, man. Shut the fuck up. You know, like, fuck off with your culture. You know what I mean, man? Like that. You know, being misogynist is part of your culture. Maybe you should change a little bit. You know what I mean? Get up with modern times. So, you know, it's funny enough that he watches, you know, that guy, but you know, he's coming in here and commenting about me. So enough of that guy.
All
He
I'm
needs
going
to
to
beat
say
his
is
kids.
cry more. Cry
Yeah, cry
more.
more.
Just cry more.
Cry
Sit there.
more.
Keep crying.
Yeah,
Keep
crying
crying
more.
because we won North London. You little
Yeah,
crybaby bitch.
at the
Now
end
go
of the
jog
day,
on.
yeah, at the end of the day, he comes and watches me. So, you know what I mean? Like, who's the real Bobo the Clown? So, yeah, like, honestly, it is what it is,
100%.
man.
But
But
look, you know, one thing I want to say to him actually is your most attacking player that you're coming here tomorrow with all of this, you know, Saka this, Saka that. The North London Derby depends on Saka. He's the same amount of goal inclusions as Gareth Bale this season. And Gareth
yeah,
Bale has only played like 4 weeks this season.
came out of the
You know what I
couch,
mean? And
bro. Yeah.
you're sitting there coming over crying like a little bitch.
Honestly, David, I said this to you, you know, before we started the stream. I said it. Man to man, these guys don't get in. You know, like the only players that get in is maybe their back line. That's about it. Some of their players in
Yeah.
the back line. That's about it. But midfield, there's no way Shaka gets above Hoiberg. No
Yeah.
way Partey this season gets above
No.
Baller. No way fucking Emil Smith, whatever his fucking name is.
Emil Smith can't rowboat, the prick.
Yeah. No way he gets above, you know, Lucas Moura. No way fucking Saka gets above Gareth Bale. You kidding me?
Saka
No
did.
way. Yeah, you know, no, like, no, I mean, not even this universe, Aubameyang gets above, you know, Sonaldo on the left-hand side. I mean, honestly, Sonaldo's, you know, I mean, like, really, Sonaldo has, you know, triple the goals this guy has, you know, triple the goal contribution this guy has, you know what I mean? And then Kane, you know what I mean, forget about it. None of those players even come close to his cloth, you know. The fact that they try to even compare Kane to any of their players is really a shame because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're being real, right? You ask any gunner, you ask any gunner, right? In secret, you ask them if you could have Kane, would you get him? They all would say yes. They all would say yes. If there was a chance, listen, if there came out a news, right, that said Harry Kane wants to go to Arsenal, which will never happen, by the way, but if that news came out, you bet their pants, like, they would get the biggest erection they ever had in their life.
Oh, lad, you see Don Robbie out there busting the moves again. He'll call them all out this time. The whole squad.
Listen,
you'll have these judges doing cartwheels behind them. You'll have Ty doing Gangnam Style. You know, you'll have DT doing whatever he wants to do in the background. Just what DT will be doing is asking Robbie, can he pick up chairs and smash them? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be an absolute clown squad video.
Yeah, listen, you know, I mean, like, honestly, you would have to watch out for, you know, poor old Robbie, bro, because you probably get a heart attack. You probably get a heart attack if, you know, Kane came to, you know, to Arsenal. So, you know, they can talk shit all they want, but they know, bro. They know they want Kane. They know who the real man is. They love him. They would love him. Everybody would. You know what I mean? It's funny, like, you know, you see Goldbridge saying, "Oh no, Martial is so much better than Kane," you know. But, you know, as soon as, you know, any links come in with Harry Kane and United, he's like, "Oh my God, please, 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 please." You know, like, he's getting the cross out. He's like, "Please make it happen." You know, all these City fans, you know, they say, oh, you know, Aguero tomorrow over Kane, but as soon as the news come out that Kane might be leaving the summer, they're like, oh my God, Sheik, oh my God, please empty the wallet, get Harry Kane. It's all the same shit, man. They like to talk shit, but at the end of the day, they all want him. But they can't have him because he is one of our own. He is here to stay, bro. He is here to stay. You know what I mean? Like, it's true,
so
though.
true. It's so true, though.
They all
It's so
shit
true.
talk
That's what I'm laughing about. He's a villain until the next thing, the Sun print a headline with Kane and United or Kane and someone else on it. Yeah. Oh, man, you're going to set me off. But it's so true. But look, quickly.
Just be real with it. You know what I mean? Just be real with it. Say that you want him. Say that you would have him. You know what I mean? Because we would. We know you would. Everybody would have Kane. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's so true, and I absolutely love that, lad. It's that's brilliant. You were on fire this weekend, my man. But look, a couple more things I want to ask you is, genuinely, are you afraid of any of their attacking play?
No. Honestly, they're I think we have the better back line. Personally, I think Reguilon is better than Tierney. Although I do think, if I'm being real, taking up my Spurs goggle, I do think Tierney is actually a pretty good left back. He's actually like a really good player, and he could be some problems, on the left hand side. But we got Sonaldo and we got Reguilon to sort him out. So I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. If you look at David Luiz, I think on his day he's a good footballer. Don't get me wrong, I do think so on his day. But like some of our defenders, he is inconsistent, and I think Toby is a better defender than him. But I would say, that's he's a pretty good player. Gabriel, he's been a letdown this season, honestly. Yeah. In my opinion, he's been a letdown this season. Yeah, he did, but he's a defender, and for me, his defending hasn't been up to par, which is good. It's a bittersweet, taste because he's also supposed to be, a Brazilian up and comer, so. It's good that he's doing shit, but it's also bad for, because he is in the national, he's, we hope he'd be in the national team, but he's been a disappointment so far, man. But, fuck him, he chose to wear the ScUM badge, so he can go fuck off. We will always get a new prospect, so Brazil doesn't need him. But, and then, you look at Bellerin, he's been shit this season, he's more concerned about planting trees than, playing football, so. I think Aurier has been better, and I think our midfield, like I already said about our midfield just swallows them. None of their midfield comes in, and our forwards, none of them come in. We just been better than, honestly, man to man, our team is just better. The only argument you can make is for maybe David Luiz and Gabriel getting ahead of Sanchez. Those are the only two, and maybe Tierney. Only three.
Tierney wouldn't get ahead of Reguilon. No way.
Personally, I don't think so. But Reguilon has been injured, and Tierney has been playing more often. So, I'm just trying to put my Spurs goggle out and trying to, just be an analyst. But, honestly, those are the only three cases that I would accept a debate on. I will not accept a debate on between Xhaka and Højbjerg.
No.
That's ridiculous. No. I will not accept a debate on, Partey and no baller. No way. I will not accept a debate between Emil Smith, shithouse, between, Lucas Moura. I just won't, and then when it comes to our front three, it's just there is no way none of that front three comes into our team. None of them. We have the best duo in Europe. The best duo in Europe. You're trying to compare Lacazette and fucking Aubameyang with the best duo in Europe. Stop it. Just slap yourself in the face. Pepe is shit. We have Gareth Bale. Honestly, they just don't have any fucking player that would get in our team. I'm not talking shit. It's just it's just real. I'm being real right now. There's only three players that honestly, if I could debate on. And even
three
then,
players we could debate on, but only one spot that realistically is actually up for grabs, and it's that place beside Toby. That's it.
Yeah,
right.
That's only
the rest. I agree with you. You debate on the rest, but ultimately we win. But the only spot that genuinely might be a shared contention is that spot beside Alderweireld. That's how embarrassing these guys are.
And honestly, the only reason I say Tierney and Reguilon is because Reguilon did get injured. You know, he had that when he first came in, he had that
Yeah,
little injury period, and then he got injured again. So he's had
yeah,
less games than Tierney, but that's
yeah,
about it. Like honestly, I think man to man, I think Reguilon is a better left back than Tierney. You know, just
yeah.
flat out. But you know, you got to take that in. You know, you got to take that in. But yeah, like they're just shit, man. They're just shit. Honestly, like I don't know, like shit. But yeah, read on, read on,
Yeah,
Spandit.
no, they are shit. They are shit, man. They just need to look. I can't wait to beat them. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say it. I have a lot built stored up. I've let a lot of out over the last day or two. But I have a lot for after the game. But Spandan Samaran here, absolutely love that name. The name that rhymes. It's my guy Spandan. Kane and Son will never want to play for Pep's call, man. No, 100%.
No,
They're going to leave Tottenham. They're going to look for trophies. They're not going to turn around and say, "Oh, let me see." It was clear to see that Pep gave up the FA Cup for Arsenal so that they could go through. It was negotiated beforehand. Look, Pep was giving Arteta a leg up. But they're definitely not going to turn around and say, no, I want to play for Mikel Arteta. He's going to win me the FA Cup. You know what I mean? His hair looks good. No. And none of that shit. None of that shit. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's that bad over there that I've genuinely heard their fans. I've nothing else to talk about but how good Mikel Arteta's hair is. But big up Spandan, Samaran with the super chat. We have another one here, Dark Some G21. He says, the funny thing is that they paid a huge amount for Pepe. If I remember correctly, Tierney was injured as well. So Reggie is way better. Yeah, they did. They paid massive money for Pepe or PP, Pee-wee, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, look, listen, I'm just trying to be an analyst when I say that because I do think Tierney is a good player. I would say, like, if I'm being honest, if I'm gonna if I'm not gonna talk shit, not gonna talk banter, just be an analyst, I would say Saka is a good player, a threat. I would say Tierney is a threat, and I would say
Bale will neutralise that threat, though. If Bale's on that side, Tierney be playing a brave game going forward.
True, but I would say, those would be the threat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm honestly struggling to find another threat. I really am because, like, Aubameyang, like, you can't, like, I keep hearing the same argument. Like, you can't tell me that fucking Aubameyang is a threat when he hasn't scored. Like, he's only scored 10 goals overall this season, and he's been absolutely shit. Like, his only goal against a top 6 opponent was a penalty against United. You know what I mean? Almost, I looked this up. All of his goals, most of his goals came against Leeds, who are out of the top 10. Burnley, Fulham, I think, what was it, West Brom or something, like, or Brighton. Like, bro, like, half of it, like, almost all of his goals comes against non-top 10 sides or relegation sides. Like, he has not been performing against the top 10. His only goal in the top 10 was that penalty against United. He's been absolutely missing against the top 10 opposition. So, like, you can't tell me that he's going to be a threat in a derby when he hasn't been a threat in a derby since fucking 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it's been 2 years since he's been a threat in a derby. Like, he's done fuck all. Honestly, if I was going to say who's actually turns up in a derby, I would say Lacazette. Because he actually does tend to turn up in a derby, to be honest.
Yeah, he does tend to score, to be fair. He's always playing a derby.
Like, he always is up for the North London derby. If I'm going to say there is a player who can, and their team is always up for a North London derby, it's Lacazette. So I would say he's also a threat. I'll say that's 3. But aside from that, like, I can't think of anybody else that's going to be a threat. And honestly, I think we can neutralize all that threat. I think we can neutralize Saka with Son and Reggie. I think we can neutralize Tierney with, Bale and Aurier. And I think we can neutralize, Lacazette. Honestly, like, I've never been more confident to a North London derby game other than this one.
Neither have I. But big up Dark G Sung 21. Dark G Sung 21, another rhyming name. I absolutely love it, man. Big yourself up. Thank you for the super chat. But Marcelo, look, I'm not actually gonna, we're not gonna bring up the thing and pick a starting 11. We'll just run through it quickly, talk about it, and get a score prediction. In goals, it's obviously going to be Hugo Lloris, in my opinion.
Yep.
You're not just going to drop Hugo and bring in Mr. Head and Shoulders. At right back, this is one that's up for grabs, in my opinion. I do think Mourinho actually likes Doherty, you know. And as much as it kills me, because I don't look,
I don't
I've
want
been
him to
very
play.
disappointed. I don't either. I think, like, with Doherty, you've seen in every game this season, he's took about 20, 25 minutes to even get the ball under control. For the first 25 minutes, he stands there like a fucking concrete wall with the ball bouncing off him. You know what I mean? So for me, you're not going to get away with that in the derby. Your first touch in the derby has to be perfect. So I would rather start Aurier. Who would you play?
Yeah. No, I'll play Aurier. But I do think he is going to start Doherty. I think he does depend on Doherty a little bit more. But I think I don't think he prefers Doherty. I just think because Aurier got that injury, because you got to remember he was playing Aurier quite a lot before. I think after that injury, he doesn't like the thing is people got to remember like Mourinho is very like he has done a fantastic job rotating this team. You know, you know people say, "Oh yeah, Aurier is fit. Why doesn't he just play him all the time?" Well, because he just came back from injury. You can't just rush him.
It's called man management, isn't it? Game management. Man management that people tend to have. The daddy figure. The daddy figure in him.
Yeah, like you remember like Pochettino, what he used to do. Like Kane came out of injury, you know, fuck it, play him, and then Kane will be injured in the next 3 games because you just overplay Kane. So you got to take it easy. You got to build it up. You know what I mean? Give him some game time. You know, also North London Derby is a physical game, very aggressive. Maybe he's still coming back to fitness, so maybe he won't have that. Maybe he could suffer another injury by being in such an intense climate. So I think he will start Doherty. I think because of that, I think he will.
Yeah. I agree, but I don't want him to start. But I agree. I do think he will start Doherty. Moving over to left back, there's only one option, and we'll get this one out of the way.
He hasn't let us down, though. I'll say this: he has not let us down. Doherty. Like honestly,
he hasn't. He hasn't recently. To be fair, it's just he really pisses me off on the ball. If I'm honest,
I know, but like I would say this, as bad as he's been, or like I think he gets a lot more stick, like than people give him. I think he is like average. Like honestly, I think what people think about Ben Davies is what really should be thought about Doherty. Like when I look at Doherty, I just think like everything he does is just average. It's not like really good. So it's just like, he's kind of boring. But like for me, Davies is shit. Like Davies is proper like dog shit. You know what I mean? Like
there's no hope for him.
Like you don't see like I don't see Doherty just getting spun left and right. He's actually pretty good defensively. Like he doesn't get caught off position a lot. He does the things. He just doesn't do it very at a high level that you want to. But I think he gets a little bit more stick than he actually deserves. You know what I mean? I can't remember one time where I'm just like, what the fuck, Doherty? Why did you do that? You know what I mean? That's a fucking goal. We just conceded. You know what I mean? Like, like I can't remember one time where we just conceded because of a stupid mistake that he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can have like about a million memories of Ben Davies just like, just doing something really stupid, getting spun and out of position, and we concede a goal. Like I have a whole hard drive of that. You know what I mean, man?
Oh, honestly, I've never had such a pain for 4 or 5 weeks in my life. It was like I'd rather someone stab my eyes with a pin or something because, just watching the guy was infuriating me. Like, every time you see him, he's 15 yards tucked inside. The winger has so much space. And, like, I don't understand it because it's not like the guy is Roberto Carlos and has the pace. He's such a slouch. He's so slow. He's really slow. Even my little niece, 3-year-old niece, would beat him in a race. You know what I mean? And then he comes out, he gets out there, and by the time he gets out there, it's like, oh, where's the ball gone? And the defenders come inside him. He's ridiculous. He pisses me off. Nowhere near in contention for the North London Derby. Sell him in the summer. Get him out of this Welsh mafia shit that's going on at Tottenham at the minute as well. I'm sick of him. I don't want to see his face anywhere. Don Reguilon plays left back.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend. He's the high flying full back. He's up and down all the time. He gets a beautiful ball into the wing, into the box. And what happens is, and like we've seen in the last game, Marcelo, he bombs on down the outside. What happens with Sonny? Sonny cuts in on the inside and scores screamers, lad.
I got a feeling he's going to score a goal, Reggie. I got a feeling. I don't know why.
I would love it. He was so close against Palace. The amount of times he was in their box on the end of teams.
I think he's close, man. You know what? I'll wait for it. But yeah,
Save it
Regulon
for the
definitely
score
start.
prediction.
Yeah, Regulon
Save it for
definitely
the score
start.
prediction.
Regulon
But he is
definitely start.
crucial tomorrow.
Yeah.
He is crucial. We'll move into centre backs. For me, obviously, there's only one. Toby starts 100%. He's passing out the back. He's calm. He's composure, and him being able to help the other lad beside him
Yeah.
is massive. If Arsenal do decide to press us, Alderweireld, you can guarantee one long ball in behind Son or Kane are in. So for me, it's Toby Alderweireld. Who would I play beside him?
Sanchez.
I'd go Davison Sanchez again, in all honesty. Moon Boots, no, it's not the
No.
game from. I know he had a decent game the other night, but Moon Boots can't play.
Yep.
Davison Sanchez is in there. He's the one that's been keeping the clean sheets.
Yep. He's the one with the momentum. He has confidence.
Yeah, he's
I
the
will
one with the
say this.
momentum.
He does seem to be like I think John at We Are Tottenham TV said. I think he is a confidence player. You know, he actually looked really good against Palace. I would say. I thought that was one
Yes.
of his better game. I thought his passing was good. You know, I wasn't impressed with him at Burnley or Fulham, but I was impressed against him at Palace. To be honest, even though we conceded a goal, I thought he actually looked, pretty good footballing wise. So I think we got to keep it going. You know what I mean? He's the
Yeah.
one with the momentum. So keep it going. Why not?
No, I agree with you. 100%. Look, if Mourinho breaks that up tomorrow, we know North London Derby, Jose Hours is going to be all over it. You play Sanchez, he's the one with momentum. I agree with you. He does look like a confidence player, and so brilliant. Moving into centre midfield, it's the one and only Pierre-Emile Brickhouse
Yeah.
Højbjerg. And then you have Endon Baller in beside him.
Yep.
Look, they're going to absolutely eat up Xhaka and Thomas Partey. Their new saviour, the player that they've loaned out and brought back, I don't know how many times, and then he scored midweek. All of a sudden, he's the guy around North London. Look, whoever they put in there, Endon Baller's just going to maul them. He doesn't even need Højbjerg in there. Endon Baller just bounces through them. He gets the ball. He does little quick movements with his feet, moves the ball in and out. He's by the tree of them. And then what they're left there looking at each other. And Højbjerg comes in and he gives them a double clothesline, lad. That's what happens. They look for Endon Baller. He's gone. Højbjerg comes in, double clothesline. They don't even know where they are. I'm actually really looking forward to these eating up that midfield tomorrow. I really am. I'm so confident in these two guys, lad.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I think they're going to be massive, and I think they're massive to keeping our possession and keep the ball moving. Yeah, no, I think the midfield is going to be the same midfield that we've been playing in the Premier League. The double pivot between the Endon Baller and Højbjerg. And then Lucas Moura at the number 10 role. I think that's just the midfield we need to stick with. It seems like we're better in transition when we have them. We're better at keeping possession when we have them.
Yeah.
We're better at pressing when we have them. So don't fix what's not broken. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with you, Lucas Moura in the number 10. We explained earlier on in the stream why he's crucial there. Just quickly, it's for the press. After that, take what you want out of it. Moving on to the left-hand side, it's the Korean King. It's the one and only. But I'm not going to give the introduction. I'm going to give his biggest fan the introduction. Is that up? Well,
all right. Yeah. My mom came in. Yeah. I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
What's up? What was that?
I was going to say I was going to pass Sonny's introduction off to you.
Yeah, no, look, Sonny's gonna be massive. I mean, he loves a goal against Arsenal. He hates Arsenal. You can see it. You remember when they were playing FIFA and he saw Arsenal? He's like, please change that. You know what I mean? He's like, nah. Like he loves a goal against Arsenal. He hates Arsenal, and honestly, he does. He is looking for that goal. He is smelling that goal, and this could be the one. He could score another beauty. I hope so. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
100%. I agree. I firmly agree. The next
I'll say
one
this.
I'm taking.
Looking at our players' attitude, we do seem pumped for this game. Our players do seem pumped. You see what Harry Kane is coming out with. Sonny. They do seem pumped. I think we're more up for it than the Arsenal fans. I think our team is more up for it than Arsenal. I think our players are more up for it than Arsenal. You know what I mean? I think that, if you look at Harry Kane, that's been like the talk of the week for him. You look at Sonny, he's been talking about it, the game. I think we are really pumped for this game. I think they really want to do the double over the cunts.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree with you. Up front, obviously, of course, it's the one and only. It's the Don. It's King of the Lane. Harry Kane, my man, number 10, perfect hair, James Bond, 007, all whatever you want to call him, Ballon d'Or winger, king of the world, whatever you want to call him, it's Harry Kane. He plays tomorrow. And make sure you actually tune in for the Harry Kane hair prediction. I'm nearly always right. So make sure you tune in and get the Harry Kane hair prediction. Then on the right, we're going to go with Gareth Bale. He's been absolutely crucial. He's been massive. We have Ronnie D here. We'll take a few more quick comments. We have Ronnie D here. Alistair Gold said Spurs will only buy if they sell it this summer. Yeah, I know, but he also told us before that we can only buy English when the club created the problem by loaning out English players. And all you have to do is buy a foreign player and replace a foreign player. So I wouldn't really read too much into that, to be honest with you. Says away from. Sorry?
You also said that we're going to spend last summer, so, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Look, you know,
we should buy and sell.
I've had my...
And honestly, we should buy and sell. You know what I mean? That's a stupid comment, you know, saying, oh, we just gotta buy. You know, if we gotta sell if you want to buy. Yeah, we should sell some players. You know what I mean? Like we got a lot of French players we need to sell. So yeah, we should sell players. But at the end of the day, like just like I feel like that's almost used as an excuse. Like, oh, we can only buy if we sell. Like, like in a transfer, you want to offload players that you don't need anymore and get players in. You know what I mean? That's not an excuse not to invest in the transfer market. You know what I mean? It's their jobs. It's literally fucking Steve Hitchens' job to buy and sell players. You know what I mean? Like, just do your fucking jobs. Simple as.
Yeah.
Tired of it.
100%.
It's not an excuse. That's not an excuse not to buy players. You sell players. Do your job. Selling players is also part of their jobs. So I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of that excuse.
Look, it's not hard either. You know what I mean? It's not hard. Just do what you get paid to do. Like, you know, Marcelo, you go to work every day. I do my thing every day. You know what I mean? And, you know, so just do your fucking job. That's all we ask is just do your job. First Last says, away from selling, what do we do with Dyer? Does Højbjerg become his personal trainer? What we do with Dyer is dress him up, make him a cardboard rocket ship, dress him up in it, and send him around the training ground after all them balls that he just been ballooning around the place. So that's what I reckon we do with Dyer. Welcome, Mr. K. Big up yourself. Look, we will be clocking off now in a minute there. So look, if anyone wants to get a comment read out, get your super chats in. We're going to go for another 2 minutes. Marcelo, score prediction time. It's score prediction time. What are you going to go with?
4. Fuck it. Fuck this scum. 1. I'll only give them 1 goal. I'm not going to give them 2. I said 4-2 at We Were Tottenham. Kane with a double. Ronaldo and fucking Reguilon Don, baby. The Spanish acquisition. He gets his debut goal against the ScUM. No better, bro. No better. Come on. 4-1.
I'd love it. Do you know what? It's mad that you have that feeling about Reguilon. And when someone has a feeling about a player that doesn't usually score too often, I'm very hesitant to call them out on it because anything can happen in North London Derby. Special things happen.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put it past Reguilon banging one into top bins.
I'll say this. I did think that, you know, when I said, I remember I was saying, you know, I mean, I got a feeling Højbjerg is going to score a goal, you know, soon. You know what I mean? I just have a special feeling that, you know, I mean, I've been watching him shoot. You know, you watch players that often don't score a lot of goals. You know, when they start shooting on target and getting close, you know, to score, they really want a goal. And I saw that in Reggie against Crystal Palace. He really is looking for a goal, man. You know what I mean? He really wants one. And I think he's going to get one. I think he is. I think he's going to get one.
Yeah, 100%. You can see he's dying for one. I really do agree with you. The amount of times he's got into the box, you can see he's dying for one. Me, I'm going to go 4-2. I've had that feeling all week. I do think we're going to absolutely rip them apart going forward. Look, I do think they will get one by us, maybe 2 if they get a lucky penalty or something like that. But I'm going to go 4-2. My goal scorers, I'm going to go with Kane with 2. I'm going to go Son with 1. And we usually score from a corner. I've known over the years centre-backs to get up there and attack a ball from a corner.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go Sanchez, you know. If he doesn't start, if Dyer plays ahead of him, it's 1 and then 2 I'm going to go as my goal scorer.
Really?
Yeah, look, I've seen Dyer score a header against them. I've seen Kabul do it. I've seen many centre-backs down the years do it.
They are a small team. They are tiny. They're a short team, so
Yeah.
you know I think we can actually exploit a lot of set pieces. I did really want to put Bale in that score sheet though. Oh, if Bale scores at their ground, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
man.
Imagine that. I don't think he will though. I think he will get an assist, but oh man, if
Oh,
he
1 second,
scores,
actually. You just keep talking for a second, Marcelo. I have something to show everybody.
yeah. Look, listen. If Bale scores, guys, I mean honestly, AFTV will be on absolute lockdown. They would have to be, on watch, like on mental health watch, because they won't be able to cope with it. Because Gareth Bale, just doing that heart celebration on their ground, because he
Yeah.
said he's going to bring the heart celebration back. He
Yeah.
did say it. And
Yeah.
what perfect time to bring it back in a North London derby, bro. I think it would be fantastic. I would
Oh,
love it.
so
But
would
yeah,
I.
yeah, sure.
But look, lads, I have something to reveal to you. Remember the jersey I've always been talking about in the Tottenham stories? And here it is. There's my little jersey as a kid. Tottenham,
Oh, look at that. Oh,
the
that's a
Tottenham
nice
jersey.
jersey. Not
Yeah.
a.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'm kind of glad we got rid of HP. I really hated their sponsor. I'm kind of glad we got rid of HP, but oh, that's a nice jersey, lad. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, it is. And if anyone knows where I can get an adult size of it, please do let me know. I've looked on the Spurs website. There's no retro ones. So take another look. I'd love to
Oh,
get
that's
one that
awesome.
suits me now.
What?
It's tiny. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's the jersey I was on about. It's a really nice jersey. I absolutely love it.
Oh,
We
I
have a
love
couple
it.
of people here that like it. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have Awesome 7
That's
Gaming.
awesome.
Look, I see what happened is, right, my mom actually dropped over a bag of all my old jerseys growing up as a kid. I've always kept it, even my academy stuff and stuff like that, man. And I've gone through some of the jerseys. Some of the jerseys there, like some of my old jerseys, man. Some Spurs jerseys that I've even forgotten about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should get, like, hang them up a little bit, maybe create like a wall of it,
Yeah,
of all your favorite ones, put them up.
yeah. No, that's what I will do. I have some mad ones there, lads. So I do. There's some really good jerseys there that I forgot
That's
about. Like
awesome,
even some
David.
of the old Ireland jerseys and that, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But look, I think we'll
what's
sign
your
off, Marcelo. Go. Sorry.
no? Oh, yeah. So you said 4-2. So you said
Yeah,
Kane with the double, Son, and
and
center
either
back.
Sanchez or Dyer, whoever starts.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, that's pretty good. That's a good prediction. I don't like that you're giving the scum the 2 goals, but it is what it is. So I'll let it pass.
Do you know what? I was thinking about this, right? So, like, even when we were leaking goals, I was predicting clean sheets, right? But now
Yeah.
that we've stopped it, I'm predicting teams to score. I don't know what's going on, lad. I'm doing everything backwards.
Yeah. That's true. So hey, who knows? Maybe you'll jinx us in a good way.
Look, one thing I'm for sure is we're putting 4 by the scum. That's
Yeah.
it. We're putting 4 by them scum. We're going to show them up. Marcelo, do you want to say anything before we sign out?
No. Guys, just be Spurs fans. Be loud and proud. It's a North London derby weekend. You got to show who's the king of North London, and the only way you can do that is by saying your piece. Being loud, being proud. Chanting the names. Chanting your club, bigging up your club. Sticking up for it.
Yeah,
And just do that, and show them. Don't let Arsenal fans walk over you. You know what I mean? Those
yeah,
days are done. Those days are done where Arsenal fans walk over us. I'm putting my foot down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting my chest up to those guys. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I was that kid that was bullied, and now I worked out. You know what I mean? I got buff, and now I'm back with the
Good.
vengeance. You know what I mean? That's Spurs, bro. You know what I mean? We're back in the vengeance. So don't let Arsenal fans bully you. Be proud, be loud, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on. No, look, 100%. I agree with him. Look, none of this shit, going on and speaking to your Arsenal friends. Oh, yeah, I can see you this, and oh, yeah, phone goes out the window and going into this game cagey. No, screw that. Screw that. I want you to be pumped. I want you to give them as much shit and as much pain as we've endured off them over the years. They weren't like that when they were winning us all the time. So why should we be like that now? Why
Yeah,
should we be like that now? Give it to
no,
them just as much. It's only a bit of fun at the end. If they can't take it, What you do is you tell them to go and stand in the ball corner and cry some more, and show them videos of Kieran Tiny and Bobo the Clown slipping all over the pitch, auditioning for Dancing on Ice. That's what you do as Spurs fans. But look, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you so much to the Harris Army for tuning in. If you're new, sorry, make sure you smash that like. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Also, become a channel member. No new members today. Lord London Derby, I thought you'd be chomping at the bit for it. But look, grab yourself a membership. Thank you so much for all the super chats. It's the big one tomorrow at 4:30. We go to war. We go to war at 4:30. I want to see these players walk over the white line wanting this. I want it fucking more. This is the scum. They've never ever shown us respect. We shouldn't show them any. Nope. Let's walk into the Lions Den, their own home ground, their library, where the crowd music has actually done their stadium justice. Let's walk in there and show them who the king of the Lions are. Let's walk in there, grab Gunnosaurus, bite his head off, rip it off, throw it to one side, and let's go and smash the Gunners. In Jose we trust. Come on, you Spurs. And as always, we are the Tottenham boys making all the fucking noise. Let's go. Come on.
Everywhere.